Round 7 took the championship to Knockhill in Scotland, and again the weather played a major part in proceedings. But one man who was not bothered about the conditions, Ulsterman Jonathan Ray.
And that's a Virgin Media Optima Loans Yamaha that's being pushed back to the side of the track. Tommy Hill, by the look of it, is making it back, and Jonathan Green joins me again alongside me. The number 8 bike then, Jonathan, he's in big trouble.
Well, we know he's fit, that's for sure, but he's got a long way to get up that hill. It's a long way at Knockhill. This is going to be interesting. It's a great opportunity for Jonathan Ray in pole position. He's got the best opportunity to get away. Tommy's now left the bike, and I don't think he's going to make it up to the grid. We're about to go racing.
4 wet tyres on most of them, and that was a great start there from Jonathan Ray. Jonathan Ray got the whole shot. Alongside him was Leon Camier on the BikeAnimal.com bike, about slipped it into second place is Ryoichi Kiyanari, and then comes the Suzuki straight through there. Looked like Stalker Walker has made it through, but Camier comes straight back at him. Camier dives underneath him as well. So it's Honda's 1, 2, 3. Then it's Arisa Suzuki, and there waves Ducati and a Stobart Honda following up into the John R. Weir chicane, and out onto now that blast in second gear along to Clark Curve, it's called. Haslam looking for a way past Walker, won't find it just there just yet.
We're on board with Leon Camier. Great start from Leon. He really got away well, got ahead of Chris Walker. Walker's dropped back just slightly.
Last couple of rounds, he's been a bit in the doldrums as Camier. No reason why, just waiting to rebuild that momentum again. Camier then on the BikeAnimal.com bike had such a stunning start to the season, and he's looking to underline that, I think, is the only thing I can say at the moment as we come down into what was Jock Taylor's hairpin. It's now been renamed the Real Radio hairpin, but leading over the line, Jonathan Ray, absolutely blitzing away. Lap record here is held by Shane Shaky Byrne, who at the moment is just that little bit off the pace and out of our leaderboard. He's not in the top 6. There he is. He's 7th at the moment, just in front of Gregorio Oliveira and Carl Harris. Fastest lap so far. Well, no guesses for who that might belong to. Number 4, the HM Plant Honda man, this man's teammate, Jonathan Ray, and Ray already down and out through Duffers Dip, McIntyres, and on he goes now through to Clark Curve, looking absolutely well. He took his first ever career win in Superbike last time out in Mondello, and now you just can't stop him. Of course, he won with Ryoichi Kiyanari the 300-kilometre race in Suzuka in pretty wet conditions over in Japan, so he's really quite accustomed to the weather. Well, it comes down to really what the tyres they've been given, the tyres that they've chosen for this race. It was designated a wet race at the beginning of this, so they won't be stopping it if it rains anymore. But really, I believe that the Dunlop guys would prefer a little bit more rain than they've got at the moment. That Honda there, the BikeAnimal.com Yamaha, despite it being a full race package, it is actually Dunlop shod, whereas his teammates, in inverted commas, out front are both on Michelins. They're the only runners on Michelins here. Now then, Leon Haslam looking to try and spoil the Honda party by nicking that last podium position.
And you'd have to think that this is the sort of track that Leon would relish, regardless of the actual conditions out there. Leon Camier, though, with his tall stature, they're not easy to go through this very tight and twisty track here at Knockhill. And you can see from the onboards how bad it is. Look, dry patch, wet patch, dry patch. Oh!
And it makes a big difference. And he's getting spray in his face, which is really just covering his visor with a film that's slightly difficult to look through. It just takes your perspective a little bit, and so it makes it a little bit harder to follow somebody close up when you're going through all this damp stuff. You can see how quick this track is drying. I was amazed. Neil McKenzie said how warm it had got. We had a faller there out of Hislops, by the way, as well, judging by the big wave yellow flags. That's why Haslam wasn't able to get on turns, perhaps with Camier on the run out of Hislops. Look how quick it's drying on the start finish straight.
How long will these tyres last? They're wet tyres. How long will they last now it's drying?
Well, not long is the short answer to that. Certainly with a third distance gone, that's all of this 24-lap race. It's been a reduced race. So, Ray, Kiyanari, Camier, Haslam still there in 4th place. Walker is still 5th with Tom Sykes in 6th place and his teammate Shane Byrne behind him. Levere is still in 8th place. Ollie Bridewell is 9th. Carl Harris is 10th. Cal Crutchlow is 11th. And Sean Emmett, well, you can't keep a good man down. And
here comes Leon!
Nicely done.
Inside of Camier, beautifully done.
Yeah, he's got to hang on to it on that dry patch though, and he's run himself out a little bit wide. That'll mean Camier got better drive out of Hislops now, but no, you can hear the Ducati hitting not the rev limiter, it's hitting a traction control mark, and it's just buzzing away. Haslam, it's not easy, you know. You can see the way he's having to feel it. Oh, under attack already through the back mark. This is a very short, tight, twisty track, of course. Makes a big difference, and Leon Camier, I think Camier dropped it, you know, coming out of Butchers. I think he dropped it down in the dip at McIntyre's, I should say. It was called McIntyre's, it's now the Scotsman.
Camier's down!
Yeah, I thought I saw that in the back of the picture behind Leon Haslam. I could see Camier's bike just go off the track. Well,
Poor Leon Camier, fifth in the championship at the start of the day on 136 points.
Javier Beltram there, the team manager for the BikeAnimal.com. Let's take a look at this. Well, that's it, I think. That is his... we're on board with Camier at the moment. So as he tips it in the right... Oh, yeah, straight under him there and into... Well, a disaster for Leon Camier. Malcolm Ashley starting off the back end of the grid and just finding himself, and I'll tell you what, Gregorio's got good drive through his. He's going to be trying to hit the brakes, and Sykes, he's good on the brakes.
He's got big elbows.
He has big elbows, and he's, well, big something or the other, which you need when you get into the braking area when it's half damp like this.
It was only Sykes' second front row start of the year, and he's desperate to hold on to it. He will not let Gregorio by too quickly.
Gregorio finds himself just dropping back a bit. Aaron Zanotti on 64, and again, Sykes taking his time. Remember, this is the part of the track he had a big off with... Jay Vincent, I think it was, in Supersport a couple of years ago, broke Jay's arm. Yeah, well, Zanotti gets a slightly more polite pass. I don't seem to remember it being quite as polite when he caught up with Jay there a couple of years ago. Chicane time. Oh, get it on. Big drift in the dirt and on the dust. Remember, this track was absolutely flooded just an hour and a half ago. Grit, dirt, I don't know what was swept down off the Knockhill hills down onto the racetrack, and the marshals have done a great job of clearing it, sweeping it clean, sorting all the drains out. I'm amazed we're able to race.
Well, 17 of the 24, and it started to rain here at Knockhill, as it always does, it seems. Umbrellas up.
We have had a couple of scorching years here. I've gone home with a suntan, but preceding that, and of course this year, it's not been so nice in Knockhill. So, Leon Haslam, third, Shane Byrne fourth, he's on Dunlops, Chris Walker in fifth place, Tom Sykes in sixth place on the Stobart bike. We're looking at him now on the 66 machine. Lavia is there as well, just passing Paul Barron. Barron goes back another place, he's been lapped.
Well, Lavia doesn't know what to do now. He doesn't know whether to try to get past Sykes or hang in there, because if he makes a real lunge at Sykes, Sykes has already shown that he's not letting him by easy. And well, he knows that if it gets worse, they're just going to stop it again. So I think he might just hold station, because it's getting worse, as you can see. Yeah, it really is getting worse now. These guys are not going to be happy about this, but they've got no choice. It was designated a wet race by race director Stuart Higgs. He's had a difficult call to make. Well, they've got thirds race distance has been completed, Keith, so that will be a result.
If they stop the race, it will be called a result. So the order they are in at this moment, once they've all crossed the line, remember, they've all got to cross the line for it to be. If a red flag comes out, it goes back a lap. And that's when it gets a little technical in the race direction. There's the right-hander of Clark curve, second gear now, up to third gear as we go through Hislop. You can see the bike shaking its head as the rear end spins. Might hear that traction control thump in when the rear end spins. Back down the gearbox, bottom gear.
Best opportunity here on the inside if you're close enough, but he's not.
100% so. The other opportunity is if you get the drive up the hill, you can see the water absolutely bashing off the tarmac. If you can get enough drive, you get up alongside the rider in front, coming up to this next corner and run up the inside. But really, Lavia is not even willing or prepared to try and make that pass. Here's Johnny Ray.
Oh, no!
Tom Tunstall down. Tom Tunstall is down.
Tumble for Tunstall.
No, it's not. It's not Tunstall at all. It's James Buckingham on the key garage machine. So, sorry about that, James. James Buckingham.
Another tall fella.
He is. That's exactly right.
Well, talking about a man at work, he said in the press that he's just having fun going to work. That's what it's all about. And now he's got a busy schedule, but he's about to get back-to-back wins, Keith.
Must be masochistic then, I would say, for Jonathan Ray if he's enjoying the work in this kind of conditions indeed. So final lap time it is. There,
you might even see Neil Tuxworth smile.
Johnny Ray's girlfriend, he does smile a little bit when he's texting away a result. Number 4, Johnny Ray, last lap time then for him. Just got to hold it together. Keep off of those white lines, please, Jonathan. And that is the most conservative. He's been through that chicane all day, and I'm happy to see it. Number 6 there is Hudson Kenner. Hudson 6, the South African. Hudson Kenner, rather, not Hudson 6. Hudson Kenner. Oh, I tell you what, that nearly tripped Johnny up there. Ray goes round the outside. That's Tommy Bridewell, I think, that's being overtaken as well. It is the younger Tommy Bridewell, the younger on bike 18. Jonathan Ray, one more corner to do. It is the real radio hairpin, formerly Taylor's hairpin. Blasts it up the hill to take his second British Superbike win in his career in fine style in the most difficult of conditions. And applause all round from the HM Plant Honda team. They have given him the job perfectly.
Still no smile from Tuxford.
No, perhaps he'll wait until the second race of the Superbike day. It's only half done when you've won one. Jonathan Rea, magnificent for him, magnificent for Michelin as well. The package was perfect. Can Jonathan Rea convert that pole position then? And they're away, and that's another great launch from the HM Plant Honda man. But it's the Stobart Honda, the Vent Axia Honda of Tom Sykes that came into second place, but no, again, majestically sweeping around the outside was Chianari first of all, and then into third place, Leon Haslam as the clouds menace Knockhill. Oh, I tell you what, that was getting a bit forceful. It looked like Walker that was trying to force Arisa Suzuki up the inside there as they dropped into McIntyre's.
Another good start from Chianari, just what he wanted, and he said he was annoyed at himself last time because he didn't stay with Jonathan Rea, and now he's got to do it in these opening laps.
Oh, somebody's spun the back out already, and it's round and round and round, and that looks to me like Hudson Kenner. Is it Hudson Kenner on the floor? We'll have to get a better look at that. Well, I think he's probably just knocked himself about a little bit. No, it's not actually. Oh, that was a big high side, yeah, all on his own. So really didn't interfere with anybody else, and everybody had plenty of time to move out of the way from that. Look at Harris. Harris is having a great ride at the moment, and good time through the speed trap as well.
Tommy Hill, much better start on the second bike.
Look at Chris Walker, ever the opportunist, just slings it up the inside, run a little wide, Tommy Hill did, and Chris Walker just blasted his way by. And remarkable, the Yamaha matching Arisa Suzuki for power up the straight, up the hill. You wouldn't have thought that a few years ago.
Talking of hills, I'm looking forward to this. Walker versus Hill.
Tommy Hill absolutely mad with his bike stalling at the hairpin in race one, and therefore couldn't make the start proper, although he still came through into, what, 9th place. That was, in fact, it was 13th place in race one. So Tommy Hill made a 13th place, got in the points, but didn't even make the grid after stalling at the hairpin on the warm-up.
And you know what, Walker might not have been happy about the fact that Neil Hodgson had to test the bike to sort things out, but they have sorted things out, and it is a lot.
Down has gone a GSE. That's an Airways Ducati. Gregorio Lavia. He's the only man without onboard camera on. Gregorio Lavia is out again. Remember Knockhill last year? He couldn't believe what went wrong for him last year, and it's happened again here.
Well, that place says it all, Colin Wright.
Colin Wright with his hands to his mouth. Lavia looks uninjured, which is a good thing, but he's out of this race again, and the championship is going further away from him. In he goes. It's going to be a front end. Oh no, it's going to be a back end maybe. No, he's on the power. It'll be the back that breaks away, sure enough. So Gregorio Lavia, as he tapped the power and slides in front of his own camera, the Spaniard is out. What a miserable place Knockhill is for the Airways Ducati team.
But
Hydrex Honda.
Walker going to go? That's the question.
Keeping an eye on their man Carl Harris there. Carl Harris on the Hydrex Honda. They've brought a few more things to the party here at Knockhill, certainly coming off the back of a good TT with... Oh! Off goes Harris! Harris has gone off the track at the chicane, comes back on. He's a great motocrosser.
Yeah, we know that. And he needed to be, because it's wet out there on that grass. There's not a lot of grip at all, if any.
I think you use
Tommy Hill's got past.
Tommy Hill's gone past, had the momentum, of course. Carl Harris will look to try and re-establish himself past... as the Stobart Vent Axia Honda of Shane Byrne comes into the picture as well. Camia dropping off the back of it. Yeah, he ran himself out a little wide there, bailed out just in time. A little bit of a dab. He only lost 1 point for that in trials terminology.
Well, he gave away a position to Hill. Hill on his second bike, remember, said it's not a setup as nicely as he'd like it because they stalled the first bike and still haven't found out what the problem was. But he's ahead at the moment of these two.
No Hawk Colchester Kawasaki's, by the way, here either. Well, first of all, we hear that Scott Smarter, his injury after the warm-up crash he had, has taken him off the racetrack. He decided to pull out, and Peter Hickman has joined him. So no Hawk Colchester Kawasaki's now.
51.9 by Jonathan Rea. Another brilliant lap by him as he comes across the line. He's pulling away, if anything, from his teammate, and Keogh's just trying everything in the book, but he can't stay with him at the moment.
I think Keogh's going to be fairly happy with the lead in the championship from Knockhill. If he can leave Knockhill with a massive lead in the championship, he will have gone down as Cal Crutchlow. Crutchlow is down. So Cal Crutchlow hits the deck on the 35, Rizzo Suzuki.
By the looks of things.
Well, that's a left-hander coming out onto the back straight, and that's a quick old corner there. Oh, big time.
He was in 12th at the time.
Yeah, I'll tell you, he's gone in the tyres fairly hard there. That would have hurt his hip a fair old bit, but obviously just battered himself about. It's a quick part of the track. You've come out of Clark and on the Hizzies. You're asking for the power all the way through that turn. There's Gregorio Lavia explaining to the team what happened.
No, they're all going down.
Tommy Hill.
Tommy Hill's gone down.
Tommy Hill down on the floor as well. So Tommy Hill on the number 8 Yamaha, Pirelli shod Yamaha. They're dropping like flies here at Knockhill. The tartan bike is in the tartan dirt. And again, it's out of that right-hander onto that Clark that he's just fell down on. It's asking for a little bit through the middle of the corner, carrying quite a lot of corner speed there in what, second or third gear. Ollie Bridewell in 10th place at the moment. Stuart Easton, good points in 11th place. Steve Plater having a minger of a day down there in 12th place.
That's technical term.
It is. It's in Ewan's vocabulary anyway. 14 and 26. Here comes Harris up the inside of Camia. Carl Harris. He used to be a real demon wet rider, did Carl Harris.
He still is, look at that.
We've seen him pretty good on the grass a bit earlier on. Most people would have fallen, but not our Carl. Johnny
Ray now
Ray.
leading by 7 seconds.
It's incredible, isn't it? Johnny Ray, a 7-second lead.
Oh,
Down. Who's it this time? Is that Paul Barron? It is Paul Barron. Paul Barron, the PBM racing rider. He's had a good weekend. He won the Super Bike Cup section in the first race today. Now he's down in the dirt as well. So whatever a factory rider can do, so can a privateer. Oh, just touched it. Oh, he touched the white line there, Paul Barron. That was a bit of an unforced error, I would say. He managed to catch that white line and it caught him. So Barron out, and he won't add to his 25 points that he gained in the Superbike Cup earlier today.
A Barron spell, you could say. Almost identical speeds through the speed track there. This, though, the best place for Leon to have an overtake at the last corner, going into the inside perhaps, because elsewhere it's hard to find unless he does something.
I was going to say, he's got good drive coming out there in bottom gear. He just aviates a little bit, which is a bit of a problem. But will he slide up the inside? He certainly took a look at it there, but on the dry line was the HM Plant Honda man, which just gave him that little bit of an edge, I think, over Leon. But Leon's certainly being a little frustrated now behind Ryoichi Kianari. He's got a long time to get by, and I don't think he's got the pace to catch your race leader, Johnny Ray. I think Ray is away at the front. There is Jonathan's girlfriend. Just a quick adjustment of the classification after 16 laps. Ray,
you know what's
Kianari,
amazing
Haslam, Sykes, Walker, Byrne, Camia, Harris, Emmett, your top 9.
Yeah, what's amazing is Ray is almost on, dry time at the moment. I mean, there's a drying line out here, but Ray is flying at the moment.
Shane Byrne holds a lap record. 48.474 is his lap record around here, set back in 2006 in race 2.
Well, interestingly enough, this battle between the two of them has actually brought them forward, and they're now lapping just slightly quicker than Jonathan Ray. But here comes Leon Haslam.
Again at Clark. I think the camera just makes that look as if it is a passing manoeuvre on, but I don't think so there. Coming in at Clark, we're now on Hislops. And again, this is where the Honda just seems to, again, he finds the right part of the track to put the power down. Haslam's got to make a dive, and he does, up the inside. Can he pull it down? It's the big question. Yes, he can. He pulls it down right across the nose of Kianari. Now then, Ducati in second place. The 91 bike, Airwaves Ducati of Leon Haslam. He now has to drive up the hill, and it is Ryoichi Kianari who goes back to third place. What a race. Yeah, that was a smart manoeuvre. Here he is, up the inside. He's been waiting for this, and this is really the only normal overtaking position at Knockhill, and that was textbook stuff by Leon. It's just a question of whether he could yank the thing down to the apex to block off the drive of Kianari, and it was perfectly done, of course. And now Haslam clearly was the faster man out on the racetrack, and is just pulling it away from Ryoichi Kianari. Coming through now. Oh, can't believe that. Leon Haslam has lapped Steve Plater. I can't remember when Steve Plater was last lapped. No, you won't. That's might as well get it out in one sentence. There's Keogh. Third place for him at the moment. Behind him is Tom Sykes. Tom Sykes looking to try he's trying to pinch that third place on this last lap. Watch out for Tom Sykes on the 66. That's the Stobart Vent Axia Honda. Paul Bird is your team owner, and I tell you what, this will make Paul Bird's day. If that man there, Tom Sykes, can manage to pinch the last podium place. Oh, he's going for it.
Sykes is from Yorkshire, and it's been underwater all week, so he's been pretty used to this.
Welcome to the commentary position, Jonathan Cree. I don't think he's got enough in him to do it, He's just too far back to make a lunge here on the last corner. He's close, but not that close, as you've already said. Already over the line, cruising to the finish. His first double of the British Superbike Championship. I'm sure we're going to see a lot more. Trying to make it a slipstream third place to Tom Sykes. Not quite able to do it, but a great effort. He's cutting, of course. He wanted to do more, but no man could have done more than he did on the last lap. Tom Sykes, a fine fourth, just off the podium, but certainly one for the future. Championship standings, just look at this. Ryoichi Kianari and Johnny Ray. HM Plant Hondas 1 and 2. Gregorio Lavia slips massively to third. Haslam, Byrne, Camia, Sykes and Walker round out the top 8. But just take a look at the top 4 there. It's all to play for between HM Plant Honda and Airwaves Ducati. Tommy Hill in 9th place. Carl Harris, Cal Crutchlow, Michael Rudder slipping further down the order. Ollie Bridewell moving up. Good points for him today. So Tommy Bridewell, the last on our leaderboard.